Hey, what's going on, Stargazers? Arik Xander here, and in this video we're going to talk about what's going on for week 13, and that's from March 24th until March 30th. Believe it or not, we're already in the end of March, and we've started the spring equinox, and we are having the 12 days of Aries, so there's a lot of stuff going on. But this week we have what I call the ultimate Mercury Retrograde. So I'm going to talk about that. Like I said, my name is Arik Xander. If we haven't met before, I've developed astrological healing. I call it Astrolochi. I talk about it on my channel. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to get more updates and videos like this. So yeah, the ultimate Mercury is upon us. Wow, what does that even mean? Well, first of all, we have Mercury in retrograde in Pisces. And then this week, it's making an alignment with Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces. So it's like Neptune in Pisces is like the queen mermaid is in her queendom of the ocean, okay? So Mercury in Pisces can also be like we're talking underwater and we're dropping our phones into water or into the ocean, and it's just going nowhere. And the interesting thing is that Mercury in Pisces, it doesn't really need words. It wants to communicate telepathically. It wants to communicate on a different level, because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. We just had a whole month of it, and it's like always about understanding all what we've gone through since Aries, through all the other signs. And it says, well, we know it works, we can communicate telepathically, but can everybody actually do that? I mean, we do tend to do that once in a while, even just on accident, but Mercury in Pisces really wants to do that. And then add to that the retrograde, and it's like, whoa, it's like words are useless, okay? So because Mercury rules over communication and transportation of energy, so it's anything that's being transported, and Pisces, like I said, is that last sign of the zodiac. It's the words is useless mantra. That's what's going on. Like the bedtime stories. So the retrograde, it's not helping with that. So I'm calling it the ultimate Mercury retrograde, because it's making that alignment with Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces. So it's making it, it's enhancing it. So Neptune is, of course, very intense imagination, the ability to surrender ego and dissolves things. So words are just kind of dissolving. They're falling off the paper. So it's like two things can happen, and I'm kind of joking here, but on one hand, we're going to find the universal language, okay? And we will learn how to beam up, like on Star Trek, or we're just going to go completely off the deep end with our communication. We're not going to want to communicate, and it's like these are things like we got to find the middle way. Because I never say like, oh, this is like what the prediction is. We have free will. We have free will. So it's like we want to be artistic. We want to express things in a healthy way. So my advice is be patient with others this week. Be patient with yourselves. Express these artistic talents, paint or whatever it is, graphic design. So communication actually happens on the level of the chakras. That's where true communication is occurring. Perhaps I will get the chakra the chakra exercises out, but that's where communication is actually happening. So we need to really make an effort to listen to others, which is always good, because these transits are presenting opportunities for us to like work out different parts of our spiritual and physical anatomy. So it's like really you want to listen to others, and when it's not in retrograde anymore, we want to take that with us so that we're still listening to others. So really connect with people when they're talking. Use your ear chakras, use your throat chakra. Most important, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Uranus just also moved into Taurus, which also rules the throat chakra. And I did a balancing on that. You can check it out on my video. I'll put the link in the description below. And so yeah, there's a lot of this Pisces energy going on. Now add to that, Venus is entering into Pisces and it's making a very fashionable entrance. Venus rules over fashion and these kinds of things. And let's put an emphasis, when I say entrance, I'm putting an emphasis on trance, because Venus in Pisces is like something straight out of Alice in Wonderland. So it's full of color and mystique and charm and like all the smoke, and you think of the worm and it's like blowing the smoke, because Venus is a very gassy planet. So it can be quite intimidating, because Venus wants to give us everything, wants to fulfill every desire, and that can be quite intimidating if you think of it like Venus is the genie of the zodiac. It's going to grant all the wishes. I mean, it wants to. So, you know, it's like this can be very intimidating. If you think about Aladdin, the movie's coming out. Aladdin had a hard time living up to that. I mean, he had his wishes fulfilled, but then it wasn't really who he was. So again, it's about building our vessels so that we can receive these wishes, so that we can actually feel like we've earned them. So if someone gave you everything you wanted and you didn't feel like you earned it, you're going to feel the void. You're going to feel the void. So we want to really think about, use that energy that's kind of like, okay, what can I imagine that I want? And then, how are you going to go about getting it, okay? And then later on this week, we have Mercury on Thursday is going to go direct in Pisces, so there's going to be a bit of a wobble. The image I get is like Austin Powers going back and forth in the hallway, like, you know, in the little car, like you have to back up and then turn and then go forward and then back up and then turn and then go forward. And then like, you know, that's what happens when Mercury goes from retrograde into direct. It's kind of like wobbly all over the place. So really, once again, patience is really important, and just, you know, perseverance also at this point. And it's also really interesting because a lot of us, and maybe you watching this, have Mercury retrograde in your chart. If you have Mercury retrograde in your chart, please let me know in the comments below. How's it going for you? So this is like, when Mercury goes direct, it creates problem. It can be a little bit unnatural. Just like how Mercury retrograde is unnatural for a lot of people, it works the other way as well. And that's true for any planet. That's true for any planet. So let me know how it's working for you. Do you have Mercury retrograde? Do you not have Mercury retrograde? This one has been really intense, and it's because of that Pisces and that alignment with Neptune, where like everything is like just a little bit more spacey than normal. So, like I said, it's all very personal. It cannot be generalized. It cannot be whitewashed into one thing. And yeah, aside from that, this week we are still continuing through the 12 days of Aries. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm posting the consciousness to have during each 12 days, which are the seed levels for the month of the astrological year, so that we can ensure that we're having a really strong, powerful month. And as we are moving through that astrological cycle. And the chart of this week, just taking a look, the rising sign is actually in Sagittarius, which is fire. It's in the first degrees of Sagittarius, so everything is going to be at warp speed. Again, Star Trek. The sun is also making an alignment here with Chiron, so we're moving forward. We're moving forward, and quickly, whether we're ready or not, whether we've turned in our homework or not, the class is moving forward. And the universe waits for no one. So what does that mean? Basically, like, you can... It's not time to release anymore, even though you can let go of things as you're moving on. You say, oh my god, I don't need this, this is dead weight, I can move with that. But it's not like this release thing, because we're moving forward. We're in the new astrological year. Aries is like gun-ho. So it's really like, just be sure that you're not littering on anybody or throwing, like as you're throwing it out the window, you're not throwing it onto anyone. Just be mindful of where you are throwing it. And if you need help with this, please book a session with me ASAP. I do long distance surrogate sessions, and I record them, and then I program the crystal, that's the balancing, and then I will send it to you, and then you can wear that, and then you have that energy with you all the time, and then they can accumulate as the sessions accumulate. And also, we have the Aries wallpaper that you can get on your phone for the color therapy. The Aries essential oil spray, which helps you align with that energy as well. So really think about all these things. They really help you to shore up your ability to transcend the stars, because that's all I teach. That's all I do, and this is like what it's really about, is overcoming them and then using them to your advantage. So let's just get into the day-by-day breakdown on Sunday. Let me just pull it up here. So on Sunday, like I said, we have that sun is aligned with Chiron, so we're moving forward, and it's really like being able to heal the journey as we are not looking at the past, but saying, okay, this is what I need, this is what I don't need, and I'm going to throw it out. Okay, so that's going on. You really see what's in the way between you and your goal. And then on Monday, we have the moon is in Scorpio, and it's making a really intense angle with Mars. So there's a lot of opportunity here to turn any kind of rough struggle in between what our feeling is and what our actions are into something where we can say, okay, I'm going to put aside my ego, I'm going to bite my tongue, and I'm not going to resent it, but I'm going to open my mind, and I'm going to just find the middle way here. I'm going to find the solution, because every situation has a point of union. So our task is on Monday to find it. And then on Tuesday, everything might be well, everyone might be a little bit faced with some challenges here and there, and it's really asking us to silence our ego. Just you know, ego needs to be quiet. We want to use higher thinking, not egotistical thinking. So some of us might be able to do this. Most of us, unfortunately, won't be able to, but the ones who can, I'm really counting on us all to be able to really handle that energy and to, you know, serve as a good example, because that's really all you can do. And then on Thursday, we have Mercury is going, did I say Wednesday? Yes. On Thursday, no, I didn't. On Wednesday, oh no, actually but one more very important thing about Tuesday is that on Tuesday, if you go down to that level of ego, your energy is going to drop and you're going to regret it. So don't do that. Now, Wednesday, Mercury is making that alignment with Neptune, so we might as well be talking underwater, like I said, blah, 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 you know, Aquaman and the sonar. So just watch Aquaman. Don't take anything like that you miss here. There's like echo, like hallucinations, like auditory hallucinations, all kinds of stuff. Just like do your best and give way to really just say, okay, there's a misunderstanding here, and assume the best. That's usually the best attitude, and then clear things up as they go, and if not, wait until a few days. You know, conditions always change, that's what I always say. And then on Thursday, Mercury's going direct, but it's still in Pisces. So, yeah, how are your telepathic skills, right? So really, let's work that muscle. Really try to anticipate what people are saying. Sometimes people, like, they can't even communicate, and sometimes we need to pick up the slack, or even in business, we need to like know what's going on where, and I mean, if you heard everybody's thoughts all the time, you go crazy. So this is like, we want to be able to open up to that, but we also want to like not go overboard with it either, because the point is that we want the bigger picture so that we can see the next move we need to make. So everything, we need to have like finding that bigger picture, even if we feel like we're in a little aquarium or a pond or something. And then on Friday, because Venus is swimming through Pisces, she's like the mermaid swimming through Pisces, giving us a really strong sense of that anything is possible. But the question is, what are we going to do to get it? Because, you know, it's good to see what is possible, but then we need to have a game plan. So like I said earlier, Venus in Pisces wants to give it all to us, but then we need to figure out, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 1A, step 1A, Roman numeral I, whatever, okay? Think about it. And then on Saturday, as every Saturday, it's accumulation of the week, so we get the whole energy of the week. If we did anything kind of off, we can relive it and you know, atone for that, so that's really good. Saturn's moving closer and closer to Pluto for an upgrade. Think like Mistress 9 turning into Sailor Saturn. This is like a really intense thing going on here. So really important. Yesterday's lessons, Saturn, the teachings, create tomorrow or pave tomorrow's opportunities and tomorrow's options. So think about that. So that's the week. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Hit the little bell button so that you can see when new videos are posted. I thank you all for watching. Let me know how your week's going in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it, and you know, just like engage. It's like totally amazing. So thank you for being the one who makes a difference by using Astrolochi. This is Arik Xander, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.